Metal Scholars. Sleep Token is my new favorite band, elevated to the pantheon along, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Rush, Death, The Police. Yeah, I both love Death and The Police, and that's an amazing aspect of music. Not really sticking to any genre. Anyhow, today I formally begin my Sleep Token journey. And even if there's just one person out there, thank you for your viewership. Hopefully that I can show you the lore and the transformative aspect with loads of fun studying Sleep Token. If you like it, then my mission is done. Without further ado, let's dive into the EP. It was released in December of 2016. It's called One. And like I said, I'm fairly new to the Sleep Token universe. And I tried to look up some info about the EP, and I really haven't found much, unfortunately. So everything that I'm telling you is actually just from my head, just ideas that I've had by researching. And I have no official sources about the meanings, so bear in mind that this is the way that I interpret the lyrics and the message, okay? So first things first, let's look at the band, and there are many ways for us to explore a band to convey. The band conveys messages through mostly words, images, photos, posters, melodies, right? And obviously rhythm, harmony, music. The last way for us to explore would be linguistic through words. And if we look into these three subsets of the Sleep Token universe, we can find on one an amazing fabric of meanings. So let's begin with the album cover, because, wherever you go, the cover will always be there first, right? Before the music and the words. And this cover seems to be simple, but, just that's the surface analysis. That it actually unveils so much meaning that it helps you understand the lyrics better, okay? So by the way, I'm going to tackle the lyrics in separate videos, all right? Because this is way too much to present at a single time. All right, so looking at the amazing cover, like I said, I noticed that it doesn't really feature the band name, just the Sleep Token name. It only shows in runes, the words one, and it's got three important elements, like branches, the white cherry blossom tree, and the sewing needles. Here you can tell they're going to present different mythologies. They're an amalgamate. They have Viking roots maybe, but they also love Japanese culture. I would like to contrast some of the elements that you have. You have something abrasive, right? Sharp, something that can hurt you, like the needle. And you also have something delicate, something beautiful, like the cherry blossom tree there, the branch. So this is analogous to their sound, which is super mellow, but super aggressive. It's an invitation to the beginning of a journey, which will be soothing, but freaking heavy at the same time. And that's what amazes me. It's just this contrast, the combination of something dark and light, beautiful and aggressive. And something cool that I've noticed about the cherry blossom tree is the fact that you have 5 petals. And the word sleep has 5 letters. The word token has 5 letters. So in a way, these petals are representing the band's name, and the symbolism of the cherry blossom. If you look up, like, Japanese culture is amazing. Everything that the band has presented so far is neatly thought out. Okay, the cover is not there by accident whatsoever. It's got this huge idea to be unveiled, because obviously the band is super hermetic. They are not really promoting the ideas out there. It's for us, like they're secretive, right? And it's for us to try to unpack all these meanings through the experience with the words and the music and the images and everything. Talking a little bit more about cherry blossoms. Well, they symbolize birth, death, and hope. But at the same time, beauty and violence. So they are a central motif in Japanese culture, like worshiping nature. They are also historically significant in terms of, like, the seasons, with the spring. And it was important for samurai culture. So what if Vessel is inspired by those samurai robes, and the way he presents himself on stage? But that's food for thought for another video. One is a synonym of spring, the beginning, the first exposure that we have about the interaction between sleep and Vessel. But all the other videos that I will work on, I'm gonna tackle much more of this hermetic meaning. But Vessel right now, he's born, so it's still like a youngling, an apprentice. And the interactions with sleep through the night, it's kind of like departing from day and welcoming night. So it's also the death of his previous ego, and we know nothing about this person. We accept that the EP is this transformation. It's the birth of Vessel, but at the same time it's the death of whoever used to be Vessel as a human being. But this person is obviously not completely dead yet, so these two egos are fighting for space. They desire Sleep's attention, but even his voice is not yet found. He's still finding the pitch, the manners, his gait, his poise, right? So it's fun to notice that we're going to follow every step of the way until right now with Take Me Back to Eden. So the experiences will be unfolded, and we're going to be exposed to all of the other motifs. And these motifs are all presented through the EP's lyrics, and I will record dedicated videos to them. Notice that we see the bough of a tree. It's been broken, meaning just it's floating in space, right? And in the darkness, it's kind of like, the metaphor of the night. And the bough here has roots that are floating in the air. So, it's this branch that still has a connection in life and the leaves. And it's connected to the magic of nothingness. It's the immaterial, it's the transcendental. And the roots are not really connected to anything physical because they are meant to be linked to the esoteric. They will pollinate, they will keep growing, and you see on the cover these mega spores linked to the dispersal, survival. The spores are the messages, the songs are the leaves, and each leaf is a token to Sleep, the deity. And how do we find the way? Well, through properly threading the needle, right? Weaving the fabric. We have death, rebirth, hope presented through the elements here, like I said, and the wood needle, the magic power of the needle that's made from the same material of the bough. But the needle is used to repair damage, to maybe claim to forgiveness, but at the same time, it's still an aggressive token. It may be used for violence. So, it's a beautiful metaphor because it's a vehicle to understand the whole thing. And we're going to weave the fabric of knowledge through the music of Sleep Token. It's this weaving that will give you the access to the profound metaphors for understanding the workings of their music and Vessel's work and our place as spectators of this interaction. And the words and melodies are just woven through the needle. And this is necessary for you to better understand the interaction of Vessel and Sleep, because it's a love, hate, or maybe sometimes abusive relationship that he uses the analogy of a labyrinth. It's kind of like sleeping in a bed that's like a labyrinth. And we're going to talk about it later on. Think of this EP as an awakening, a harbinger of positive changes, mostly spiritual, but at the same time, you also have psychological changes with, personality, abandoning of personality and the birth of a new one, the new beginning, the new workings of a prophet, the new workings of a vessel, and being born through the metaphors of the songs, creating this amazing musical theater. So you can picture Vessel on stage as the main actor of a Greek play, and the band members are just part of the choir, and the lyrics and the melodies are just telling the great experiences through this tragic and romantic background. And here we begin analyzing this amazing project. So I hope to see you in the next video. If you like this type of analysis, please share the video with others and just hit the bell button if you can. Hit the like button. It helps me a great deal. Music is what music does. And I'm signing out. Bye now.